Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivara Hari. Yashodanandana Braja Jana Ranjana Jamuna Tira Vanachari. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Sri Advaita Gadadhar Srivas Adigo Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you so much. It's always a joy to have you accompany me. Let's all bless this nice, pure devotee. Come on. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Rama. Thank you so much, Prabhu. So, last night we were at Laguna Beach Temple. And we had a very nice, emotional, but spiritual remembrance of Lilavati. And I was told not to go into it so much, that to speak a regular Sunday feast, if that's okay. So let's begin. Vandehang Sri Guru Sri Uta Padakamalang Sri Gurung Vaishnavangscha Sri Rupang Sagrajatang Sahagana Raghunathanvitang Tang Sajivam Sadvaitam Savadhutam Parijana Sahitam Krishna Chaitanya Devam Sri Radha Krishna Padan Sahagana Lalita Sri Vishakhanvitangscha. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So, just one thing I feel inspired. Lilavati's son-in-law, Sri Goloka, and her beloved daughter, Radha Mohini, they wrote something for me to post on Facebook, and I sent it out as an email. And I also sent a copy to the devotee who instructed me to always ring this bell. That's our GBC, His Holiness Bhadri Narayan Swami. He gave me that instruction. Nirantara, wherever you go, you must use the bell. Yes, Maharaj. So when he read what Sri Goloka and Radha Mohini wrote about the glorious disappearance of Lilavati on Vamana Dwadashi. This is what he responded. Most auspicious, reminds me of the passing of Bhishma Dev. There is no doubt that she has gone back to Krishna's lotus feet. Now, yes, Haribol, yes. But then he adds, Srila Prabhupada once said, the passing of a devotee is a blessing for the devotee, but hard part is the devotees left behind. And I saw last night, yes, that is true. Very true. So, I know Lilavati since 1994. I have eaten hundreds of times from her own hand. And like others, she always made sure, take more, take more. Did you get enough, Prabhu? Did you? Yeah, I'm full. No, Prabhu, take more. Yes. So I'm going to dedicate this lecture tonight for her. Because everybody was in agreement last night. What Badri said and what I read from the Bhagavad Gita. There is no doubt that she has gone back to Krishna. And for that, there's only one response. Hari Bol! Recently, I've been reciting this short phrase. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chitte Te Koriya Aikya Arana Koriho Mane Ash, which we sing every morning, that we simply want to hear the words coming from Srila Prabhupada, either audio or through his books. And I want those teachings to become solidly situated in my heart. I don't want anything else, just the words of my spiritual master. So, this is my friend that I met in Denver, Nagar Kirtan Das, and he's a good friend of mine. Can we all bless this nice devotee? Hare Krishna. Come on. We are reuniting after several years. So, when I came here, I was thinking, should I do this? Should I speak on that? Should I speak on this? And it was until noon that I got the text message from Krishna. So, there is this poem by Sri Shankara Acharya, which Prabhupada references at the end of his introduction to the Bhagavad Gita. And I really urge everyone that even if you can't read the whole Gita, read the introduction to the Gita by Prabhupada. That introduction is the synopsis of the Gita. And he ends that introduction quoting from this poem by Shankara Acharya. Now what's interesting is Shankaracharya is the leader of the impersonalist Mayavad school. And Lord Chaitanya, who is our Acharya, he was vehemently opposed to the Mayavad Sampradaya. But he pointed out, Lord Chaitanya pointed out more than once, that Shankaracharya was on a covert mission from Krishna. That actually Shankaracharya is the greatest devotee, Lord Shiva, and sent by Krishna to preach a particular philosophy when it was required. But then Lord Chaitanya came and established Achintya Veda Abheda Tattva, which is the philosophy that this movement rests on. That everything is simultaneously one with and different from Krishna. So he wrote a Gita Mahatmyam, glorification of Gita. Even though he's supposed to be the leader of the impersonalists, he's still a devotee, covert. And he wrote this wonderful glorification of Gita. And Bhagavad Gita is, you could say, our Bible. Everything recently I heard actually one tape of Prabhupada, and he was emphasizing something that I had been speaking years ago, and it was nice to see that it was confirmed. Bhagavad Gita is the basis of all our preaching. Everything is there in Gita. And in December, we will do the Bhagavad Gita Mahayagya, which we have done for how many years? Too many to count. Yes. So let's just go. So I have the Sanskrit, and then I'm using Prabhupada's translations that he used at the end of the Gita introduction, because I just said Guru Mukha Padma Vakya, so I have to practice what I teach. So Lilavati Devi Dasi, we know you're with Krishna, so please bless us that we all can join you when it's time. All in favor say Hari Bol. Hari Bol. Good, we're in the right church. Very good. Gita Shastram idang punyang yat pathet prayatak puman Vishnu padam avapnoti bayashokadi varjitaha. One who with a regulated mind recites with devotion Bhagavad Gita, which is the bestower of all virtue, will attain to a holy abode such as Vaikuntha, the residence of Lord Vishnu, which is always free from the mundane qualities based on fear and lamentation. So, the whole gist of this Mahatmyam is to enthuse you, encourage you to daily read Bhagavad Gita. I know many of you are reading Gita every day. Raise your hand if you're reading. Very good. Should be more, I think. But good. So, Vaikuntha. Vaikuntha is not LA. No, that's not Vaikuntha. Nowhere in this material world is Vaikuntha. Now, Prabhupada used to joke sometimes that in this material world, there's no nice place. But if there is, it's Hawaii. But now we saw what happened a couple of months ago. Maui bye-bye. Maui aui. Yes. So if you're planning on going to Hawaii, you better go before it burns up. But this here, this temple, this is Vaikuntha. Because Prabhupada said these temples are embassies of the spiritual world. Anybody in anxiety now? Anybody going to be in anxiety when we eat prasad? No. Yeah, very good. Yes, this is Vaikuntha, the place where there's no anxiety. And you can permanently go there to the spiritual world if you recite with devotion. Next verse. Gita dhyayana shilasya pranayama parasya cha naiva santi hi papani purva janma kritani cha. If one reads Bhagavad Gita very sincerely and with all seriousness, then by the grace of the Lord, the reactions of one's past misdeeds will not act. So the two words, sincere and serious. Prabhupada said that is what it takes to become successful in this path of Krishna consciousness. Just be serious and be sincere. And you will take off. You will fly like an eagle. Yes. Now the question is, what do you mean be sincere and be serious? Yeah, just be sincere and serious. Don't overthink it. You know what it means to be sincere, and you know what it means to be serious. So just do it. What is that shoe? Just do it? Yes, just do it. Just read Gita. All right. There are 7 shlokas. Don't worry. I won't go beyond 12:30 or 1, what is it? 12:30, right? 1:30? Yeah, I'm in a different time zone. Don't worry. I'm as hungry as you are. So, Malane mochanang pungsang jalasnanang dine dine sakrit gitam rita snanang sangsara mala namoshana nashanam. One may cleanse oneself daily by taking a bath in water. But if one takes a bath even once in the sacred Ganges water of Bhagavad Gita, the dirt of material life is altogether vanquished. So yes, there are 2 kinds of bathing. External, yes. Those who are devotees, those who are brahmanas, they have to take their bath every day. And they must practice saucham, cleanliness. But there's an internal cleanliness. So the external is important. We must keep our bodies clean, clothes clean, workplace clean, cars clean. I know. Yes, that's what it means to be suchi, clean. But the internal cleanliness is always thinking of Krishna and never forgetting. That's the real cleansing. And in case for some reason you can't externally bathe, that's all right. If internally you're remembering Krishna, chanting his name, or in this case, taking a bath in Bhagavad Gita, you're cleansed. So just reciting, just sitting down and just reciting it out loud is a bathing of the soul. Gita sugita kartavya kim anyay shastra vistarai ya swayang padmanabhasya mukha padma vinasrita. Because Bhagavad Gita is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead, one need not read any other Vedic literature. One need only attentively and regularly hear and read Bhagavad Gita. So those are the 2 things. With attention, and it should be regular. That's the nature of what we call sadhana. Those who are serious spiritual practitioners, they do sadhana. The athletes, they do physical sadhana. What do they do? They bounce a ball 1,000 times, shooting several out, and they get up. Some of these athletes get up 3, 4 o'clock in the morning to bounce a ball and shoot it into a hoop. That's their sadhana. Well, we are the same way. They call that repetitions, reps. We also do our reps. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. So consider yourself, if you consider yourself a chanter, I've always said there are 2 kinds of people, chanters and ranters. If you don't chant, then you're going to go on some rant. Definitely going to happen. But if you're a chanter, then you do your reps every day. And what does it say here? Attentively. Many times people have asked me, Prabhu, how should I chant? What is that? I say you just pay attention. Unlike husband and wife. The husband's talking, but the wife's not paying attention. Or the wife is talking and the husband's not. No. They're listening. They're like my wife. She wants me to do something. She doesn't tell me 3 times. 108 times. Because that's what it takes to get through. Because I'm not paying attention. But when we do our reps, when we do our chanting, it should be with attention. And just listening to the syllables. It's simple. Very simple process. Just pay attention. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare. And if the mind starts to wander, here's the trick. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. You bring that mind back by loud chanting. And it should be regular. So yes, every day there is a phrase, Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya. We should hear the words of the spiritual master daily, every day. In the present age, people are so absorbed in mundane activities that it is not possible for them to read all the Vedic literatures. After all, there are 4 Vedas, 108 Upanishads, 18 Puranas, the Mahabharata, the Vedanta Sutra, there's the Ramayana. We're talking many volumes of books. But Prabhupada and Shankaracharya are saying, it's not necessary. You don't have to read all the books. This one book, what book? Bhagavad Gita. Bhagavad Gita. Yes. One book will suffice. Why? Because it is the essence of all the Vedas. It's the essence. Prabhupada mentions this elsewhere in his introduction. Another name for the Gita is Gitopanishad. So, all the Vedic knowledge in summary form is here in the words of Krishna in Bhagavad Gita. It's all there. It is the essence, and especially because it is spoken by the Supreme Personality of Godhead. So who is that Personality of Godhead who spoke Bhagavad Gita? Krishna, yes. Shankaracharya is supposed to be an impersonalist. Here he is glorifying the personal form of God, the ultimate personal form of God. So him being an impersonalist, that's just illusory. He's a devotee, the topmost devotee. So because it is spoken by Krishna Bhagavan, you'll see this word repeatedly throughout the Gita. And Vyasadeva, when he put the Gita in the Mahabharata, he specifically used the words Bhagavan Uvacha instead of Krishna Uvacha. And he did that scientifically to hammer this point. Don't think that this is some Gita spoken by some Joe Blow. No. This is spoken by Bhagavan, God, the supreme authority. Not like some politician or some news idiot. No. These people's opinion are of no value. Fools and rascals. But something spoken by Bhagavan, that we take seriously. And not only is it spoken by Bhagavan, but it's spoken by Bhagavan Swayam, Purna Bhagavan, because those who have studied, there are different categories of Bhagavan. It's not all one. So the topmost category of Bhagavan, Sri Krishna. Everybody say, Jai Sri Krishna. This is a good audience. You're strong in your response. Therefore, you get 3 bells. Very good. Very, very good. Bharatamrita sarvasvang Vishnu Vaktrad Vinisritam Gita Gangodakang Pitva Purna Janma Navidyate. Ah, that's a nice line. Everybody say, Purna Janma Navidyate. Wow, this is an advanced class. Your Sanskrit is excellent. By drinking the Ganga water of the Gita, which is the divine quintessence of the Mahabharata, emanating from the holy lotus mouth of Krishna, one will never take rebirth in the material world again. If you don't have the Gita, don't leave home without it. We've got tons of Gitas. In fact, where's my friend? Please, you just published what version of Gita? Persian Gita. That's his service to his spiritual master. How are the book sales going? Okay, we want to report next year. Very important. In other words, by devotionally reciting the Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated. Yes, that is our existential position. Repeated birth and death. When I meditate on this, I actually get scared. Because I look back on this life, all the trials and tribulations and near-death experiences and dangers and hassles and frustrations and broken hearts, and to have to go and do it again? No, once is enough. Come on. So yes, thank God there's Bhagavad Gita. And I have faith in these words of Shankaracharya and Prabhupada. By devotionally reciting Gita, the cycle of birth and death is terminated. That is the real purport of that famous lecture. I'm free at last. No, you weren't. That was a famous speech by Dr. Martin Luther King. But he was not free. But if you want to be free, here it is, Gita. Here comes my personal, out of the 7 verses, this is my favorite, because it's a nice analogy and you can use it as a meditation. Over the years, I've been questioned. Oh, do you Hare Krishnas do meditation? I go, oh yeah, we do meditation. It's called mantra meditation. And we also do tree meditation. I'll explain that some other time. But there's so many prayers in the Bhagavatam that you can meditate on. So here's a kind of meditation. Let's see how your Sanskrit really is. All right, sit properly. Okay, good. I like when the audience plays with me. I like that. Makes the job easier. Please repeat. Sarvo Panishado Gavo Dogda Gopala Nandana Partho Vatsa Sudhir Bhokta Dugdang Gitamritang Mahat. Pretty good. I give you B+. Well, you've only heard it once, so pretty good. Here is what Prabhupada writes. All the Upanishads are like a cow. So I said at the beginning, there's 108 Upanishads. So here, Shankaracharya is saying, picture that all the Upanishads is like a cow. And the milker of the cow, now who's famous as the cowherd boy? Krishna. Ah, he's the milker of this cow. Now, those who know, a cow will give milk in the presence of a calf. Presence of the calf. So we need a calf. We've got the cow. What's the cow? The cow, no. All right. Stay for extra back. Okay, the cow is the 108 Upanishads. Okay, yeah, okay. And who's the milker? Krishna. And the calf, who do you think is the calf? Arjuna. Yes. So this is how you can picture Gita. There's Krishna. Anybody here milked a cow? It's amazing, isn't it? It's a beautiful experience. It's beautiful. And even God himself milks cows. So it's perfect. So Krishna is milking the cow, and which is the what? 108 Upanishads. We got that? Because there's going to be a quiz. So the cow is the 108 Upanishads. The milker is Krishna, and Arjuna the calf. Now, what comes out of a cow? So what's the milk? Bhagavad Gita. That's why I love this. Because he just got finished saying that the Gita is the essence of all the Vedas. So if all the Upanishads are a cow, the best thing from the cow is the milk. And that's Bhagavad Gita. So you're getting the essence. Prabhupada used to tell us, because Prabhupada's first disciples, they were not Hindu. They were Americano. They were hippies. Yes. And we were meat eaters, right? How did Prabhupada convince us to give up eating meat, to give up being hippies, to give up being gringos? He did it through prasad. I was mentioning one of my favorite jokes, that we have 9 items of devotional service. Sarvanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atman Navedanam. And I say, but there's a 10th. Prasadanam. That's what made me a devotee. Yes. So the Gita is the essence. So Prabhupada used to say that the cow is already giving you her blood in the form of milk. When a mother has a baby, the breast, the blood turns into milk. It's a miracle. Yes, women have a mystic power. Men can't do that. No, but women can. It's their mystic power. All glories to Mother's Day. Yes. So Prabhupada would say is the cow is already giving you her blood in the form of milk. Why are you cutting her throat to get that juicy blood steak? So then Prabhupada insisted, and I remember when I joined the temple, that everything was cooked in butter and ghee. Because Prabhupada said the taste of the ghee will take away the desire to eat meat. I am living proof. And I've been married since 1980. My wife has only cooked in butter and ghee. That's why I'll never leave. Yes. There used to be a joke. Nirantara, your middle name is Ghee. Yes. The beautiful nectar of the Gita is the milk. And the fortunate devotees of fine theistic intellect are the drinkers and enjoyers of that milk. So if you read Gita, you will develop a theistic intellect, not an atheistic intellect, a theistic. You'll become God conscious, Krishna conscious. So we can drink the Gita through our ears anytime we want. I know some devotees, they carry their Gita wherever they go. That Gita is always there. I know some people, first thing in the morning, they read a Gita shloka. Before going to bed at night, they read a Gita shloka. Instead of, oh, what's happening on Facebook? Yes, they read. Now, I have Gita on here, so it's okay. But I'm just saying that this nectar is available anytime. So if you don't have Gita, and I'm talking about Prabhupada's Gita, was that? As it is, yes. That's another lecture. But if you don't have it, the shop has it. Devotees can get it for you. It's got to be an authorized Gita. Authorized by Bhaktivedanta Book Trust. All right, final shloka. Ekam shastrang devaki putra gitam. Eko devo devaki putra eva. Eko mantrastasya namani yani. Karmapi ekang tasya devasya seva. Now here, Prabhupada, this is how he closes out his Gita introduction. Very bold statement. Prabhupada sometimes is very bold. Listen to what he says. There need be only one holy scripture, the divine Gita sung by Krishna. There should be only one worshipful Lord, Krishna, and only one mantra, his holy names. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. And only one duty, devotional service unto that supreme worshipful Lord, Sri Krishna. Excellent. Let's do a little chanting and let's see if I get any text messages from Krishna while I sing. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Your turn. Clap your hands. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. So, I just got a text message. I want to finish up by reciting to you what Sri Golok and Radha Mohini wrote about the most auspicious disappearance of Lilavati. This is such, because they called me right after she passed away. And they said, can you do this? Can you do that? And I said, well, give me something to work off. So they both wrote, and I said, I only got to change one or two words. It's perfect. You be the judge. So here is Sri Galoka, what he wrote. The morning before Lilavati passed away, she asked that she be moved in front of her deities that she had worshipped almost her entire life. We positioned her bed right in front of the deities, and after a night of pain the next morning, during Sri Vamana Dwadashi, she didn't drink or eat. She was simply focused on chanting and praying. We had a tape of Prabhupada chanting in the background, along with a picture of her Guru Maharaj, His Holiness Bhakti Charu Swami. She had a Narasingha Kavacha and a Pavitram. This is oh, I'm not wearing it today. Anyway, it's called a Pavitram. Shri Shri Rukmini Dwarkadish garlands were there, which had been offered on Radhashtami. And that was around her neck. And Maha deity jewelry from Vrindavan on her head. And she was beautifully decorated with tilak and tulsi kontumal. Her daughter, Radha Mohini, decided to chant 16 extra rounds on behalf of her mother. In other words, she wasn't in any condition to chant. So where did you hear that you could, because I never knew that. Oh, that was from, oh, so it's in the Parek Sampradaya. Okay, good. Anyway, she chanted 16 rounds on behalf of her mother. What a daughter. I had promised, so this is Sri Galoka, I had promised a few months ago that I would help Lilavati complete the reading of Bhagavatam. During her last breaths, she was chanting, Govinda, Madhava, Damodara. She was in her last breath, but she waited for me to complete the reading of the final shlokas of the Bhagavatam and waiting for Radha Mohini to complete the 16 rounds, and then tightly clasping her japa beads with tulsi leaf and Ganga water in her mouth, she passed from this mortal world and entered the eternal realm to reunite, like you, that was good, reunite. That is according to our philosophy, yes. Reunite with Lordship's Sri Sri Radha Govinda. Now, that's what Sri Galoka wrote, and not to be outdone, the daughter also wrote nicely. My mom was so special. She didn't even want to be on any pain medications. But one can imagine the pain she must have been in on top of the breathing difficulties. And yet, somehow or other, the holy names were rolling off her tongue. She also saw that her deities were now being well taken care of, as she was always worried who would take care of them. So once she trained us up, she decided to leave. And you mentioned you are trained up. Yes. So on the auspicious day of Dwadasi and the appearance day of Lord Vamana, my mom passed away. With Prabhupada chanting in her ear, she was holding on tightly to her japa beads. And in front of her deities, she took her final breath to continue her journey onwards. I like this phrase, journey. All of us, the fact that you're here, you're on your spiritual journey. Every one of you has your own unique, personal spiritual journey. I began at the age of 23. Better late than never. And even if you're 63, no worries, mate. Start it. Because the spiritual journey will take you to places you never dreamed of. Coming from where I grew up in New York, when you're a New Yorker, you think, I'm the king of the hill, man. There's nothing outside of New York. Everything's here in the Big Apple until it gets flooded. But then once I got out of New York, I went, wait, there's other places besides New York? And then when I joined the movement, I went all over I traveled all over the country. I went to Oz, Australia. I didn't know they called it Oz. I was like, what? I went to Australia. I went to South India, North India. I've been to Canada, Panama, Chile, Mexico. Places I would have never, some places I never even heard of. But that's all part of the spiritual journey. Be careful. And it all started with prasadam. Be careful. Because you might be sitting here one day. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Yeah, if you had seen me back in 1973, you would have said, him? I had hair down to here. I had a big beard like this. I was a wild man. Here I am. Not too bad, right? Radha Mohini finishes up. We are so heartbroken but grateful for her glorious departure. Her lifelong dedication to the deities, to Guru and Gauranga came to full fruition. And I am humbly requesting if all the devotees could pray for her journey onwards. Thank you for all your love, support, and blessings upon my parents and all of us throughout the years. So let's chant one more time for Lilavati and for ourselves, because you can also chant for yourself. I know I do. And then we'll take prasad. All in favor, say Haribol. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Take it away. One more time, everybody. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama. Okay, just you. All together now. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Lilavati Devi Dase ki. Okay, class is dismissed. If you want blessings, since I'm in a really good mood, there's no charge for blessings today. So come up and get blessings. Otherwise, see, he knows. He's greedy for the blessings. Take prasad to your full satisfaction. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Hare
wasn't. You didn't say it. It would have been perfect if you ended with something on the harmonium. I was just about to get it. And it's stuff.